Hello, actors. How is everyone doing? I see I got one person in here so far. Let me know who you are, if you don't mind. That would be great. Let me know who you are. I'm going to wait for so far. 4. Okay, good. I hope this is accurate. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you are. That would be really cool, too. Who you are, where you are. Someone left already. Why? Oh, and there you're back. Maybe it's a new person. I don't know. Hi. Carlise. Hey, Mama. Hey, LA. Oh, man. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. I know. Wait, where's my Beats book? I just had it. It was right here. I know you want to tune in for this, for the yum yum. You see how much I use this. It's like all in your world as well. Nakia. Hey. Yes, I got to get to Philly or Jersey, wherever you want me to come when all of this settles down, So I'm going to wait for a little while for the Jason Melinda scene because this is what I'll be demonstrating in terms of the beat for now. On those, how you discover and come up with your beats, Carlise. I love that. And thanks for the shout out. That was really cool. And I could tell how much you love it too. That's what's really cool. I was like, yes, she's digging it. She is digging it. So good on you. All right. So we have 4 so far. Yeah, so let's see if we could process that got to this point. Hi, Naima. Hey, welcome. Francina, hello, you're there. Great. Hope you went to the website. So yesterday I did a Q&A just to make sure. Good, you're very welcome. That was an interesting workshop. I know there was it was fun though. It was very informative, but I remember it very well. It was very interesting. Carlise, that was deep. But when I'm there in October, I'll be teaching some more. So I hope you can join us. Markina, hi, you're in LA now. Okay, good. Thanks for coming. Hey, Todrick, checking in. Good. Glad to see you here. I hope everyone has the scene. I worked with you in Atlanta, and you let me know if that's you. See if I have the right person in my mind. Okay, we have 6 people here. That's awesome. All right. So just as a recap, let me know when you get here. Just check in, say hello. So we went through the need. I lost you. Through the need. We've gone through the public persona. We've gone through the tragic flaw. It's buffering a lot. Why? Oh man, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just reloaded the Zoom, so we're gonna try that next time, and I'm gonna do it as a scene study. So now, after we do this process, we're gonna get to do the scene in the Zoom. So maybe it'll come out better. And I'm sorry about the buffering, and I don't understand why. Let me see. It says I have all my bars in terms of connectivity. Zoom is better. Okay. All right. The reason I wanted to do it here is because it could stay up, and I could start building an audience and Zoom is the thing right now. Yes, I did download it yesterday. I just have to now work it. Okay, but I wanted to be here for this. Okay, so let's push through. And if you miss anything, just ask me to repeat it. And again, tis what it is for now, and character animal. And I hope that you did, because some of these actions are going to, I say, what would the animal do? What would the little girl do? So, or little boy do? So I'll be dropping you into the 5-year-old as well, so that you can know what that feels like when you start. Do you have any questions? Please ask. Like I said before, I hope everyone can hear me okay and see me okay. And I'm sorry for the buffering. Okay. So the first beat I want to talk to you about is the operative beat. And I know a lot of my actors, we've been through this before, but it's always nice to reiterate. And I want to really get this right. So I'm going to go slow so I can be clear. Okay. Thank you, Jesus. Here we go. The operative beat. The operative beat you use on entrances and exits. You use it, the operative beat moves the story forward. It's usually in the form of a question. Okay. And I have an operative beat. I make interesting choices. Now, let me say this. The actions that you connect to these beats should correlate with your super objective. So that answers the question, what do I do to get what I want? Okay, so we've spoken about the character's objective, super objective for the scene. So make sure that your beats correlate what is the character trying to achieve. So what do I do to get what I want? And this is where this process, this tool is so empowering. Shout out to Miss Batson for this process. And I actually took a class with Paul, her son, when I learned this process. And after that class, I was like, my mind was blown, like eureka, gold mine, so empowering. This is where I say, when you say make bold choices, this is where this process comes in, with being bold choices and what the actor, what you're doing, because acting is doing. Okay. All right. So I made this line for Jason up top in the first beat. I made that an operative beat. What can be more important than our anniversary tonight? I say you learn new information because now you realize where they're going, why they're dressed up, and what the event of this scene is going on. So you learn that, oh, okay, so they're going to their anniversary. That's new information. And so I made that an operative beat. Okay. All right. So when you decide that a beat is an operative beat, you want to go with actions that move. You want to find verbs that move, such as to jump, to spin, to swing, I like to use dancing terms too, like to chenille, to leap, because that was actually my first profession. And so I use all of these actions to help tell my story. In this particular beat for Jason, I put to crawl. So that's what I put for Jason's first beat as an operative beat. What could be more important than our anniversary tonight? To crawl. And for me, that correlates with the super objective that I've derived, which is to survive this dreadful night. And that his conflict is guilt and secret. So I put his operative beat, the action is to crawl. Okay, so that's my choice. And that's the action is the internal energy on which you send the words, right? So when I'm practicing and rehearsing by myself, I will actually, while I say the line, I'll do the action. And so the operative beat, what could be more important than our anniversary? Yeah, what can be more important than our anniversary? And I'll crawl I may put it in as the animal, maybe like a tiger, crouching tiger, right? So Jason's line would sound like, what could be more important than our anniversary tonight? Okay, so that's like a low crawling tiger. What could be more upright? And then it's like, what could be more important than our anniversary tonight? Okay. All right. Is the connection back? I saw that it was unstable. Okay. All right. So that's the operative beat. Any questions on that? Any questions about the operative beat? Good stuff? Okay. Is that clear? Can I move on? Yes? Somebody say yes, move on. Or ask any question you need to. Can I move on? Yes? Yes. Great. Perfect. Thank you, Markina. Thank you, Francina Todrick. Love the physical. Yes, move on. Perfect. Thank you, Carlise. Okay, the next beat I want to talk about is the exposition beat. Exposition beat needs no action because it's straight fact. Yes, the physical is everything. Let's get clear about that. And it's interesting because whatever you love to do, doggy paddle, all of those are like some of my actors, they pay me just to beat up their script because they go like, or we do it in session and I'll say, okay, what if you do this as an action? They go like, how do you come up with this stuff? And I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you where I go for these things. Okay, so exposition beat needs no action. It's straight fact. Did I find the exposition beat in this? Actually, I did not find an exposition beat in this, but that doesn't mean you won't. Don't go, these are my choices. The only thing that I wouldn't do is put the same type of beat back to back. Like if you have a monologue, don't say this is an operative beat and then the next beat is an operative beat as well. What this tool is to do is to create colors. You want to find colorful and active. You want to have a colorful and active character. Okay, acting is doing. All right. So an example of exposition would be, my name is Marishka. I live in New York. I'm in Queens. I'm at home. Boom. That's straight fact, undisputable. So it's the truth according to the world and the life of the character. It needs no action. It is what it is. It is a straight fact. Don't get confused that you're still in character. You're still in the need, you're still in the life, but you do not need an action, an internalized energy per se, to send an exposition beat out on. Can I move on? Is that clear? Yes? Can I move on? Yes? Yes, sugar. You're making me blush. Okay. The next beat is a character statement. Now, the character statement, I believe, could be the trickiest beat of them all. I think that may be one of the most, I would say, so if it's no internalized energy, how does the line land? The line lands as the truth, the absolute truth, your truth. Dump out the truth. Boom, right out there, right face, directly, straightforward truth. That's how it lands. It lands as your truth. Clear? Okay. Good question. All right. So character statement. The character statement is about how the character relates to the world around them. It's about how they relate to their circumstances, their relationships, their events that come up against on a daily basis, how they respond to things. A character statement is the way I work it. The animal becomes a part of public persona as well, because the animal informs behavior. So in this moment, so going back to the text, let's see the character statement. So again, all right. So Melinda's first line to me, I put as a character statement to be inquisitive, because she's reacting to Jason's phone ringing, but he doesn't answer it. He's just like acting like it's not ringing. And she's like, could be important, that was my choice, to be inquisitive. And then for Jason, in this first dramatic beat, which I'll get to as well, I broke the scene into dramatic beats and I call them demi beats. That's the dancer in me, but the 5 different kinds of beats as well, which I will tell you about the dramatic beats after I finish these. So Jason's second line after his operative beat, what could be more important than our anniversary, new beat. I put that as a character statement that you and your dad made such a big deal about. I wrote, to be an asshole. That's right. I said it. So Melinda's being inquisitive. That's her state of being. And his state of being is he's being an asshole. That's my choice. However you've, made your Jason and your Melinda, that's your call. Or it may not be a character statement for you. You're not wrong. This is your canvas to paint. You get to paint it with any color you like. And it doesn't have to be inside the lines. It could be a mess. We love a mess. Don't we love a mess? You know why we love a mess? Is because we could find ourselves in that mess. So when you're trying to, all right, let's see, there's another character statement. The end of this second dramatic beat where Melinda says, Jason, I feel like you're the one weaving a web of lies. I made that a character statement for Melinda to be fed up. She's so over him right now. Jason, I feel like you're the one who's weaving a web of lies, right? She's just fed up. I'm not dropped in or anything, but I'm just, I'm just playing it. I'm just playing with you. Okay. So that's my choice for Melinda's character statement. All right. So this is how she's dealing with this situation. Now here's what if you choose that her character statement is to be a victim. That's her. She's fed up. So, it depends on your character bio, how you develop Melinda in your sides, in your world, in your crafting of the character. All right. So that's a character statement. So many choices: to be childish, to be a spoiled brat, to be demanding, to be flirtatious, to be clever, to be aware, to be sensitive, to be shy. You get me? State of being. Anything? Are we clear? Any questions? Can I move on? What's that? Oh, okay. I answered that already. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? I can move on. Okay, great. The next beat is a conflict beat. Conflict is interesting because there are 3 types of conflict. Conflict is internal conflict, circumstantial conflict, and relational conflict. Let's see, there's a question. When you decide your character statement, do you have to be that way throughout? No, it's in that beat. It's that moment. You want to go moment by moment by moment by moment. Okay? It's moment by moment. So like I said, I found one, for Melinda, I found one, two, three, one, two. Oh, is this just two character statements I found? Yeah. I found two character statements in my doing for Melinda, and I found one, two character statements for Jason, how he deals with, oh, nope, three for Melinda. Boom. Three for Melinda, two for Jason. So no, it's just that moment. Okay, got it. Great. Awesome. All right. So we're in the conflict beat. As I was saying, a conflict beat, it's internal conflict, relational conflict, which is between you and the character, and then there's circumstantial conflict. That's something that's out of your control. Conflict beat, you want to define with warlike actions. Warlike actions, such as to punch, to kick, to strangle, to choke, to shake, to stab, to slice, to elbow, to knee and groin. That's an energy. Warlike, to duck. That's like if you're on the defense, those are all warlike actions. And that's what you define the conflict beat with. Now, when you talk examples of conflict, internal conflict, shame, we spoke about this, like shame, guilt, insecure, fears. Now, when you decide that this beat is an internal conflict, again, you want to physicalize it. What do I feel like doing when I feel guilty? I feel like maybe like slapping myself or punching myself in the stomach, right? Those are internal, you can internalize those energy. Maybe I feel like punching my fist, that's energy, bury myself. What do I feel like when I feel shame? Maybe I want to run and hide or duck down in a corner, Sorry, these things are popping up. Something like that. So it's you want to really get clear on the doing. It's not enough to say conflict beat guilt. What do I do when I feel guilty? Okay. Does that make sense? Examples of circumstantial conflict. Monsoon, can't do that. You planned a beautiful romantic anniversary dinner for you and your significant other, and there's a rowdy table of 25 having a loud drunken birthday party. It's not you could do about that. That's environmental, that's circumstantial conflict. Things like that. Is that clear? Noise, maybe a smell that's in the air, you could bring that in. What do you feel like doing when that gets, something gets in your nostril? Got it. Francina, no. What don't you understand? What don't you understand here? Okay. And so out of your control. So out of your control. What I was saying was circumstantial conflict. You said external is circumstantial. Environmental, usually environmental things are out of your control. Oh, I went out. Yeah, so circumstantial conflict is usually environmental things that you cannot do anything about. Okay? You're welcome. Yeah. Any other questions about conflict beat? Conflict beat. Okay, so as an example, They're all in conflict up in here, right? Oh, another point is you can usually recognize a conflict beat because it has an exclamation point. Aha! Aha! Says the mad scientist. Action to shove. So there's no pleasing you, right? That's the internal energy to shove. I put that there. Let's see, for Melinda, what's her conflict beat? I put in this on the second page where she goes, the woman. I put a conflict beat to slap. That's what the energy to slap the woman, right? Boom, the woman, right? The woman. That to me is a conflict beat. All right. So that's an example. Is that clear? Conflict beat. Can I move on to the last beat? Last beat. Is everything clear? Yes, thank you. The last beat is a need beat, the ever-loving need. I'm feeling it all up in here. The need beat is the emotional, psychological state. Desire, an obsession, a need, of course. And you want to think basic and clear. The need to be accepted. Hi, Alicia. Hi. To be taken care of. The need for security. So many needs, and we all have the same needs. It's up to you as the captions of the character, which is the waking need. But in these beats, you have a need beat. Here's in the second dramatic beat, starts the second dramatic beat where Melinda says, why do I feel like you're hiding something? Question mark. True. I said you can, as a operative beat, you can use that as an operative beat because it's in the form of a question, but I chose to make her vulnerable there. And I put it as a need beat, the need for comfort. What does comfort mean? Maybe a need for a hug, a need for him to just touch me at this moment. Like, why do I feel like you're hiding something? This is, and as a matter of fact, this is a 10-year anniversary. And so, he's starting out in this place. And, I just want to know, like, I want to feel that we're in this marriage, comfort. Why do I feel like you're hiding something? Now, and then the next beat, Jason, are you kidding me right now? Interestingly enough, I decided to make that a need beat, need for peace. Like, he just wants peace. Let's just get through this night, right? Like I said, going back to Jason's super objective, to survive this dreadful night, right? So he just wants peace. Let's just get through this night. Okay, let's just, right? And so he's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, the need for peace. Are you kidding me right now? So now, how do you break open the sensation of the need? Again, just like when you're dropping yourself in, you want to go to a time, think of a time when the need was not fulfilled, right? So you want to think if it's the need for comfort, you want to think of a time when you did need comfort. Maybe something happened. Maybe you were rejected. Maybe you rejected and you just wanted mom's hug or, dad's consolation or something like that. So just go back to that time when you needed to be comforted and think of what that felt like and break that open by repeating it. I need a hug. I need you to hug me, or I need you to comfort me. I need you to hold me. And remember what that moment was and how you felt. And then you could send the line out on that sensation. Why do I feel like you're hiding something? Boom. You feel me? And for Jason, the need for peace, you want to think of a tumultuous time, like when your life was in an uproar, like you were just like even like now, like I could hardly sleep last night because of all the things that's going on. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? I need peace, right? You can repeat, I need peace. I need peace. I need peace. I need peace. Are you kidding me right now? Make sense? Does that make sense? Any questions about the need be? Yes, yes. Okay. Awesome. Great. So those are the 5 different kinds of beats. Now, what I'd like to do, now your homework, if you haven't done them, yes, makes so much sense. Amen. Now, what I want to talk to you about are dramatic beats. Hey, of course, you know that it's worth it, but sometimes you may not have time to do all of that until you book the role. So perhaps in a cold read, maybe you can do the dramatic beats. And a dramatic beat is a complete thought. The dramatic beat is a complete movement, a complete thought. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. I hate that what do you hate? Markina, you're dropping so many good gems. Oh, thank you. What do you hate? Let's talk about that. Markina, what do you hate, honey? I'm losing you in all this buffering. I'm so sorry. We'll move on. We'll keep moving on. So we'll do the best I can. Okay. I apologize for the buffering. All right. All right. So dramatic beats is a complete thought when the energy change. So Melinda says, could be important. Jason says, what could be more important than our anniversary that you and your dad made such a big deal about? Boom. I have that as a complete thought. And so once you get what that Zoom next week. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to need you guys to email me so that I'll have your email addresses, because that's where I'm going to be sending. So email me at preparatory LLC@gmail.com. Okay, with the dramatic beat, you're saying use more of a physical action rather than the need beat. Am I clear? No, that's not what I'm saying. With the dramatic beat, you want to be clear on what you're doing in that beat. Okay. The physical actions are more in the categorized beats. The dramatic beats are as opposed to clarity and what each character is doing in that beat. So that first dramatic beat, see, I just put a line across where for me, the first complete thought is. So for me, that is the first complete thought. You see where I drew the line? Okay. So in that beat, I wrote that Melinda is addressing an issue or an issue. And Jason is belittling. Does that make sense? That's just plain and simple. That's what, for me, that's my choice. For me, this is what Melinda is doing. She's addressing an issue. His phone is ringing. He's not answering. I'm going to address this. Jason, I feel that he's belittling her. What could be more important than our anniversary that you and your dad made such a big deal about? Boom. Okay. Now the next beat is a little bit longer. The next complete dramatic thought. Melinda says, why do I feel like you're hiding something? Are you kidding me? Jason says, are you kidding me right now? There's no pleasing you, Melinda. How can you know what pleases me when we don't talk anymore? You've been so distant lately. Jason, for Christ's sakes, Melinda. Melinda says, why are you using the Lord's name in vain, Jason? Because it's supposed to be our celebration. You starting shit. Melinda, Jason, I feel like you're the one who's weaving a web of lies. End of that complete thought. You see where I'm going? That's a complete movement for me. And I wrote in this beat, Melinda is confronting the issue. And Jason is redirecting or deflecting. You see what I'm saying? He's dancing around this thing. She's going straight on. Why? What are you hiding, basically? Why do I feel like you're hiding? Now he's like, now there's no pleasing you. He's not answering those questions. He's answering a question with a question. So, the issue, and Jason is dancing around the issue. Okay. Now, just then, she sees an older African-American woman, I put in parentheses, her mother, dressed in light gray, cross the road. She grabs the wheel and screams to avoid hitting her. It tells you it's a directive. It's telling you what's going on. Okay, so then Jason goes, damn it, Melinda, what the hell is wrong with you? Melinda, you didn't see her? Jason, see who? Melinda, the woman. Jason, Melinda, you need help. Let's get through tonight, and we'll deal with your fucked up emotional state tomorrow. Melinda, but I saw, end of beat. So in that beat, I said, Jason is reprimanding or scolding her. Damn. Okay, Tadrick, yeah? Okay. So in that beat, for me, I have Jason is reprimanding or scolding Melinda for what she just did. Yes, it creates rhythms. Absolutely. There is musicality in the verbiage. Yes, it has to do with timing. Moment to moment to moment. Everything, yes, there's a rhythm. There's music. It's jazz, as Miss Batson would say. It's jazz. Fussy. Okay. And in that beat, for me, Melinda, I said she's needing affirmation that she really, and in that beat, for me, Melinda, I said she's needing affirmation that she really saw what she saw. All right, so those are the beats. You have now your dramatic beats and you have your categorized beats. All right, now your homework is to go through this script and do these beats. I don't want you to see what I've done because I really want you to make your own choices. Does anyone, again, you can go with what your animal would do as well. That's where the animal comes in handy. Now, what my is that I just go stable. Am I back? What I feel makes it special for me and my brand of teaching is that I go straight to child's play. How do I do that? I go to the 5-year-old. So what I want you to do is before you start, diving in, I want you to think about your 5-year-old. How do you do that? Okay, first I say put yourself in front of yourself at 5 years old. I want you to, right? Your teeth, your smile, your eyes, really get that relationship between you and your 5-year-old self. And I want you to speak into the image and feel the sensation of their little warm hands resting in yours, right? Put your hands face up and bring the 5-year-old and feel their 5-year-old hands resting in your hands. And I want you to tell them what you love about them. I love that you are so, that's how the sentence starts. I love that you are so curious. I love that you love how you love your family. Whatever, I love how creative you are, how fearless you are. How whatever those qualities are, that's what you should enmesh. Breathe into your 5-year-old self. Even like whatever your favorite colors and all of that good stuff of your 5-year-old self, because that 5-year-old self is what will set you free. That 5-year-old self, you let that 5-year-old lead the way, they will not lead you wrong. The thing about your 5-year-old self is that you've pushed it you've pushed that person, that little beautiful person, so far in the background that you got to give them permission to resurface and come out and play. Yes, move to New York. We can work. We could do this. Once everything is up and running. Yes. Where are you still in Atlanta, Todd? Because I want to come there too. Again, I'm going to come back there and teach. All right. So you want to embrace that 5-year-old, and you want to see everything through the sensation of that 5-year-old. Okay. And let them, what would my 5-year-old do in conflict? Maybe I'd kick that person in the shin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll, as an operative beat, maybe do a cartwheel. That's an operative beat, to cartwheel. Please say the different kinds of beats again. Sure. Okay. So we have the operative beat. Operative beat. We have the exposition beat. We have the character statement. We have the conflict beat. And we have the need beat. You see how my energy changes just by getting in touch with the 5? Give a beat per line. Do a beat per line. Next week, you're welcome. Next week, we're going to Zoom it, and we're going to do it as a scene study. And email me so that, okay, for clarity, the conflict beat is broken down into internal or relational or circumstantial, not external. External is the same, you probably, as circumstantial. Okay. So there are 3 types of conflict: internal, relational, and circumstantial. Yeah. Circumstantial with the C, not an S. I had to say it. Okay. Is that cool? All right. So let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to add on? All right. So bring your animal into these beats, to maul, to bite. Oh, whatever the animal is, to climb, anything, whatever the animal might do, you could bring into action. That's really fun. The little girl, the little boy, and financial. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, with a T, I said C. My bad. All right. So you guys, you got it? Any questions before we go? Ask away. If you come up with any questions, you can always leave it here. You can email me. Again, we're going to Zoom, and I can actually bring up on my screen, I can show you how to, God bless you guys. Stay well, stay productive, stay creative, stay optimistic. I know times are heavy, but be well. And I'm here for you. Again, if you want to do a private session, it's $50 for a half hour. And suggestion, do a video recording while you do your Zoom so you can upload it to YouTube like you want. Okay. And yeah, so I think, if we do a scene study class, I think I'll probably just charge like $20 for it. I think that's worth it, right? I think that's worth the effort. That's not expensive at all, right? Sorry. Yes. 11 a.m. PST and 2 p.m. Stay safe. Stay diligent. Peace. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Stay diligent. Peace. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you guys.